Hey guys, cheers! Welcome back to my channel, Brew. Today I am drinking wine. Welcome to what is potentially the smallest kitchen in the United Kingdom. And I'm drinking wine today because I'm making wine today. Well, it'll actually be prosecco, but it's a sparkling wine. So, I've got the Young's Brew kit, Wine Buddy it's called. This is a Sauvignon Blanc kit. I recently made a Pinot Grigio kit, and it came out, even though the gravity was quite low, the flavour was far too sweet. So that has been given the thumbs down, and we're going to try again. So let's just go through what we need. We need everything in the pack: a fermenter, cleaned and sanitized, 4 kilograms of sugar, and a jug. We need some hot water and some cold water. Okay, so for day one, which is brew day, effectively, it's asked me here to clean and sterilize everything. That's done. Fill your vessel to 5 liters with hot water, but no hotter than 53 degrees Celsius. So what I've done is I've put 3 and a bit liters in here of cold water, and I've boiled a 1.7 litre kettle, which should give me just about what I need. Okay. That's probably taken us to more like 6 litres, but at this point in time it doesn't really matter that much. Mix that up nicely. Oh yes, don't forget something to stir with. Now we put the 4 kilograms of sugar in. Okay, then stir. I was just checking the temperature there, it's off the chart. It goes up to 32 degrees on the little strip, so I'm saying it's warm enough. Okay. Next step, let's see what we've got in the pack. Comes with quite a few sachets, but don't be daunted. It all goes step by step, it's very straightforward. So I got this from homebrewonline.com. I think it was actually off Amazon, but they were the suppliers. And it was about 24, 25 pounds. Okay. There's the concentrate. It's probably just over a litre. Just put a little bit of water in there and give it a shake. Get all the juice out. They say if the juice is crystallized or something in there, just warm it up a bit. It doesn't really affect fermentation or anything like that. This one wasn't, but it does say that in the instructions. And then we've got a few other bits and pieces. So what consists of, we've got the yeast and the nutrient which goes in today. We also have a pack of French oak chips, which I will not be putting in. I don't want it to be oaky flavoured, so they're not going in. Then once fermentation is finished, there's a whole lot of sachets that you need to go through, but I will go through those at the time. but what you'll see is it'll have a label on it, so Pack C, Pack D, this has got sulfates in it. Anyway, E, F, G, whatever. Okay, so for now, let's complete this setup. So top up the fermenter to 22.7 litres, which is slightly above the 22 litre mark, with cold water. I don't know why 22.7 and not 23 or 22, but we're just over the 22 litre mark. Might be slightly short, but I'm cool with that. I'm going to give it a little stir. I'm just going to have a look at the temperature. I don't want it to be too high. So I'm not sure if you can make that out, but it's 20 to 22 degrees Celsius, which is pretty good because this yeast is fermented between 20 and 25. Okay, so now it wants me to pitch the yeast, and you'll see this is yeast plus a yeast nutrient, so you don't have to add any yeast nutrients to it. One more stir. Okay, so that is all of the steps for day 0. I've put the lid on. I've got a bung here, but I just use some of that, what do you call it? They're like sandwich wrapper stuff. I just put that over. That's fine for me. It stops things getting in, but it lets air out. That's all that matters to me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small amount out to later do a hydrometer reading. This kitchen's massive. Okay, so I've got that to the side. Which I'll use to measure the gravity. I need to spray my star sand up here inside this tap just to make sure nothing grows in there. This will go in my fermentation chamber now for 5 days or 6 days. I'll take a gravity reading. If it's at 0.996 or thereabouts, then I'll go to the next stage, which I'll come back to you and explain. I'm going to put this in at 23 to 23.5 degrees, which is towards the top end. Top end is 25 for this yeast, because I want it to ferment quickly, because obviously it's replacing a batch that I cocked up, so hopefully we can get it done in time for my wife's shop to launch. So let's go. So I actually had my hydrometer here, and that is reading 1084 on the hydrometer. So I think this is going to be less strong than the Pinot Grigio I made that came out at about 13%. I think that had more sugar, 4.5 or so kilos, and also same amount. So I'm guessing this one will come out at about 10%, which should be quite nice for, you don't want it to be too strong. So yeah. Okay, just in case you haven't seen my setup, it's just a normal fridge. I've got a hole cut in the side where I have the power cable come through for the heat belt. I have a thermo probe that comes into a bottle of sanitizer, just water and sanitizer. So that regulates the temperature. And then up here I set the temperature on the Inkbird. This I have just set to 23.5 degrees Celsius. I had something that was cold crashing in here. It's now finished. So the water in the bottle of sanitizer just needs to warm up. So we tuck her away. That will now warm the chamber up in there to 23.5 degrees and keep it within half a degree each side of that temperature. Hopefully, so today's Monday, hopefully by Saturday we can finalize the process, perhaps get it in a keg on Sunday and give it a few days, get it carved up, maybe into the shop in 10-12 days time. Okay, so I've measured the gravity. It's fermented out. I've had it sitting on the bar here for 24 hours. The gravity is sitting at 992. Not sure if you can see that. Let's see if I do a little spin. .992 or thereabouts. Okay. So it told me to stop it at 996, so I've missed 4 points. That's alright. Then add stabilizer. Stabilizer, pack C. Let's get it in. And give it a good vigorous stir. Now I'm not going to be too vigorous because I don't really need to degas the wine because I'm going to make prosecco. So I don't need to be too vigorous about it. Okay, so once that's done, I think it says, yep, okay, pour pack D. Which is this one. Should do this with a knife, but I haven't got one. So pack D in. Okay, that's pack D done. Stir for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, then pour the contents of pack E, finings 1. This is probably some sort of gelatin or some kind of fining that will clear it up, but that wine was crystal clear before. Obviously now I've mixed it up, the yeast and stuff will be back in suspension, but that'll fall out quickly enough. Okay, that's that done. Pack E, stir for 10 seconds. Then I need to leave that to stand for an hour, after which I'll come back. Sorry, before I go, there are 2 pack Ds. So for the Sauvignon Blanc you actually add pack D, F pack part A and part B. So I've added part A, so I just put part B in now. Okay, stir. Okay. So what I have left here is pack G and pack F, which are both in the instructions for when I come back. Okay, so my camera ran out of battery. We are now at a point where we need to do the 2 packs of finings. So it's, oh no, now we do finings 2. So this is pack F, finings 2. Okay. Gently stir. And then I'll come back to you for the last pack, which is after leaving it to stand for 1 hour. And then we'll carry on. Okay, so I ran out of battery on here, so hopefully I managed to cut in the bit I recorded on my phone, which would have been the finings 2. And that was also stir it in, wait an hour. Now the last one is finings 3, pack G. So we'll stir all the first bits in, wait an hour, stir finings 2, pack F, wait an hour, now stir in this. Now I need to leave it for 24 hours on a raised surface, ready to go in the keg. I've got 22 and a bit litres here, so hopefully it drops clear overnight. If not, I'll leave it another 24 hours. It's getting quite cold here overnight, about 4 or 5 degrees. I'll siphon that into a keg and then force carb it and prosecco. So hopefully it works out. What I am going to do is take a little sample into my wife and let her taste it. It'll be nowhere near as clean as the final product because all the yeast and everything will be stirred up into it, but you'll get an idea for how sweet it is, etc. So that's the colour of it. It's pretty opaque at the moment. Yeah, that's star sand, by the way. So then I'll wait 24 hours and I'll come back. Okay, so we're down to the last part of the how to make wine video. The wine has been sitting for about 36 hours. It's crystal clear. You can see through, even through this opaque fermenter, you can see the line of yeast and sediment. I've got a keg here full of, well, it's got a few litres of star sand in it, which I'm now going to empty out, and then we're going to put the wine in the keg. I've had a little taste of this out of the sample jar. I think I said it came at, it was about $9.92 or $9.94. Definitely tastes a lot more dry than the last one I made, which is exactly what they've asked me to do. So hopefully
I'm not sure if you can see the keg here, but it's just down straight below the fermenter. A little bit of star sand into the nozzle. And in we go. As soon as that's done, I will purge the headspace with carbon dioxide, and then I will do a 5-minute forced carb at 40 psi while rocking the keg. But I'm not going to video that. That's what I'll do is I will come back once it's all done, once it's carved up, because if you're just making wine, you would be putting this into bottles now. I'm putting 19 litres into a keg. I should have a couple of litres left which I could put in a bottle on a different day, but I'll do a pour and hopefully it'll be crystal clear, sparkly, bubbly prosecco. Hey guys, welcome back. And so this is the culmination of probably about 10 days worth of videoing little bits here and there. We are now... It's an awfully loud car. Okay, we're now going to pour the prosecco, and hopefully it'll come out okay. It's definitely bubbly. It's maybe overcarbonated, but that was what I was asked. I was asked for more is more, or something like that, on the carbonation front. So, oh, it smells nice. Obviously, I'm not going to do a tasting of it because it's for my wife to taste. One thing I will say, it's not 100% clear, but I have just moved the keg. So once I get the keg into the shop and I get it, and it gets to settle, that should clear up fine. But there we go. That is, I don't know if you can see the streaming bubbles inside there, but super carbonated, bubbly prosecco. Happy days. So I'll take it in now and get the real taste test done, but that's how you make wine or prosecco. Same routine except for the last bit where I kegged it. Cool guys, take it easy and I'll see you on the next one.